So I've got a bone to pick as a CPTSD survivor and targeted individual. A lot of people, they'll see your external circumstances, and they'll assume that you've had either a cushier life than they have based on where you're at now in your older age, or they'll assume that just because you're thriving, just because you're successful, that you haven't been through shit. And this goes for friend groups, this goes for people you date, this goes for your coworkers, but it also goes for people who are maliciously targeting you. The only reason why they would take on the chance to fuck with your life is because they underestimate you and have a low opinion of you. And so for those people, what they will have to admit is that you did so much fucking more with nothing. You came from the fucking mud. You came from the fucking dirt. They came with a fucking silver spoon in their mouth, or they came from that same dirt. They stayed in it. They didn't know how to brush themselves off. They didn't know how to rise above it. And you fucking did. Let me tell you, a lot of these people will not give you credit, and they will fall away once you also fall, because they can't hold that burden. And if they had to realize that their life was completely propped up by circumstances that you don't have, that's going to make them feel so insecure that they're going to start devaluing you. They're going to start painting you as the crazy one, as the fucked up one, in order to cope with how they also do not support the people that are in the dirt. Yet they feel like, or they represent themselves like people that do. And that's the most troubling thing about being a targeted individual, is realizing that these people wanted you in their life for a certain version of you, not the real you, not the one that fucking came out of the mud, that rose out of the ashes. They just want the finished product. They don't want to hear about any of that other shit, because it makes them feel small. It makes them feel like they don't know what to say, because they don't know what to say, because your light shows just how fucking huge you are, and just how stuck in their own cycle they are, and how little that they've grown, how little that they've overcome. And so now I try not to personally invest too much in other people and how they size me up, because I know, just based on, there's a scale called ACE. I recommend that every targeted individual look it up. It stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. And boy, I am at the top end of that scale. Most people would not survive with 4 out of 10. And they would not be functional with the amount that I have. And so I suggest that you look it up too, and stop letting people tell you that everybody goes through the same thing, or that your life is cushy, because it's not. And that inner child needs to know that too. That inner child that was abused, that saw way too much shit, they need to know from an older figure, which is you, just how far they've come, just how strong they are, just how incredible they are, and just how worthy of love they are. And so, I don't know, I just felt really fired up today, looking through my past, looking through these past connections that, I thought were serving me, but really, they didn't know the real me. And once the real me started to show up, once I started to take the mask off and show them the real scars that made me who I am, a lot of people just distance themselves. I will admit, I made a ton of problems. I made a ton of mistakes. But nothing more than what's what usually happens in a person's life. It's like, once you're not perfect, these people fucking turn around and target you. And so I just want to encourage you all, if you're being targeted, if you feel like people have targeted you your entire life, or that your odds at life, your odds at succeeding were really, really hard, they were, and you should acknowledge it too. I'm here to tell you, you've done fucking great. You've done so fucking great. And people who underestimate you because they don't know your backstory, that just shows you just how impressive you are. So keep your head up and have hope. God loves you, and have a good one.